We've developed a short list of best practices for using Respondus Lockdown Browser as a student. These tips will help make sure Respondus works smoothly every time. Our first tip is to do the practice test. We encourage all faculty to have a practice test a few days before the actual test is scheduled. You just have to take it. Taking the practice test is the single best way to ensure that your actual test is issue-free. Not only does it familiarize you with how to use Respondus, but it's also a great way to identify any major technological issues that could cause problems during the actual test. Any issues identified during a practice test can be addressed by ITS before the actual test, reducing the chance that you'll have technical trouble on test day. For that reason, it's important to take the practice test every time, even if you're already familiar with Respondus Lockdown Browser. And I'll say it once more, if you do not take the practice test, you are more likely to have technical trouble on test day, and if you do, ITS may not be able to solve your issue in a timely manner. Our second tip is to restart your computer immediately before coming to class on test day. This is an important step and has been critical to reducing the number of technical issues we've seen during tests. Restarting your computer does a few things. It closes all unnecessary applications. It ensures that your laptop will not begin any automatic updates during the test, which could interfere with Respondus, and it creates as clean of a testing environment on your machine as possible. This means you're less likely to run into any technical issues. If you do not restart your laptop before the test, you're more likely to have a technical issue during the test. If you do restart and your computer begins a never-ending seeming cycle of updates, ask your professor if you can use one of the ITS backup laptops with Respondus installed instead. If your professor has not borrowed laptops from ITS ahead of time, you can check one out from the Open Access Lab in room 328. Next, save your work early and often. This is especially good advice for short answer tests. Respondus will automatically save your responses when you move to the next question, so if you're taking a fully multiple choice test, your answers will be saved every time you click Next. If you're taking a test with short answer questions, you should save your work often. It's pretty easy to do. Just click that Save button after every couple of sentences. If you have any technical issues during the test, you may lose any unsaved work. Saving your work is the best way to prevent losing it. Our fourth tip is this. Make sure your laptop is fully charged and bring the power cord with you to the test. If your laptop runs out of battery power partway through the test, you'll lose any answers that haven't been saved, which is particularly problematic for short answer tests. Since Respondus blocks all pop-ups and covers the battery power indicator on your desktop, you will not know that your laptop is about to die, and you will not be prompted to save your work. Bringing a fully charged laptop to the test is the best way to prevent losing any work. Ideally, you should plug your laptop in during a test to ensure that you don't lose power. This isn't always feasible, so you should at least have a fully charged laptop. Fifth, you need to close or quit all applications before beginning the test. Respondus will automatically close most, but not all, applications in the background. Applications running in the background can interfere with Respondus and cause issues during the test. The best way to avoid this is to close all programs besides Respondus. Applications must be completely closed, not just minimized. Restarting your computer right before the test, as we recommended earlier, will likely close most of your running applications anyway, but it's always a good idea to double check that everything is closed, except Respondus, obviously. Next, make sure that you have downloaded the most recent version of Respondus and have uninstalled any previous versions. Respondus releases updates to improve reliability and usage about every 2 weeks or so. Using the most up-to-date version is the best way to ensure that taking a test will be issue-free. If you're using Respondus twice in one semester, say for the midterm and again for the final, chances are good that there will be a new version released before your second test. You will also need to uninstall any previous versions. Having more than one version of Respondus installed on a machine has been known to cause problems during the test. Make sure you uninstall the previous version first, then download the new version and do another practice test with the new version before the final. And finally, do not update your operating system between the final practice test and the actual test. The practice test should be conducted on the same computer that you'll be using for the actual test, with the same operating system. That way, if problems arise, they can be fixed ahead of time. If you switch laptops or update your operating system between the practice and actual tests, then you'll need to do another practice test to ensure that everything is running smoothly. Updating without running a practice test could result in unforeseen errors and may cause issues during the actual test. Have suggestions to add to this list? Questions about anything on the list? Let us know. Get in touch with Questrom ITS by emailing questromhelp@bu.edu. Thank you.